If you have decided to buy a house but not sure where to go for a new development or a resale house, well, in this video we will check out all the pros and cons of each segment. Hello everyone, my name is Parth. I'm a local real estate agent based in Waterloo region, and in this channel I'll be sharing some more contents about real estate and in general my finance and everything else regarding to real estate. Oftentimes people have decided to buy a house but not sure whether to go for a new development or a resale house. Let's start with the new development. This is the kind of property which has not been developed yet, but it will be developed in future, let's say 1 to 3 years, or depending on the project cycle. The main advantage of new house is the warranty. It differs by the province on province, but in this one we will discuss about Ontario. In Ontario, there is a Terrian warranty which falls under 3 segments. Basically, it comes down under 1 year, 2 year, and 7 years. Basically, the 1 year warranty will cover anything that is related to cosmetic, that would be a workmanship, and it will also cover that the building is made as per the standard code. That's the Ontario Building Code. Then the next one is 2 year warranty. The 2 year warranty will cover any material defect, that could be door, window, and if the water is penetrating through your house or the electrical system or the mechanical system of your house. So that will be covered in that 2 year warranty period. Then the last one is 7 year warranty. That will cover any structural issue regarding your house, any major structural issue that you might potentially have in our house. And remember, this will start from the day of your possession. So it's not when you booked a house, when you took a possession of your house, from that day it starts all the warranty. That is 1 year, 2 year, and 7 year. If you need a detailed information about the Terrian warranty and what is covered in each segment, that is 1 year, 2 year, and 7 years, then I have linked up. Then I will put down a link in the description below and you can check that out. In this one, your role would be to check the warranty and what is covered and understand each and every steps in that. The other advantage of a new development that it's a brand new, so no one has lived before you. And in some cases, for most of the people, that is very appealing thing because no one has used the washroom or appliances and all that thing, and you will be the first one to use that. Whereas compared to resale, you don't know who are the previous owner, how they were using that space basically, and do they have pets or anything like that. Another good point for the new development is that you will get the most modern design, good quality finishes, open concept, and more functional layout than the granite countertop, space for office. It could be a den or a separate area for an office. Then the bigger window in the basement as well as in the upstairs unit as well. And all the modern amenities you can think about basically. Most of the things you won't find in the old or resale houses, or unless it's got renovated. In most cases, in pre-construction, you will have an option to select all the colors you want, the paint, the outdoor layout, the kitchen countertop, the kitchen fascias, and all that kind of thing. Even in some cases, you have a chance to select the layout as well. The other advantage of new houses is that most of the houses will come with a good energy efficiency houses. So that would be a better grade of window, the ceiling capacity, and the furnace would be a high efficiency and that kind of thing. And some houses also comes with a net zero. So basically they are using all the sustainable material to protect the environment. Also, the other advantage is the most modern amenities like electric car charger, and then the more advanced automation in the house. Now, this were all the advantages of the new houses. Now let's check out what are the disadvantages or cons of buying a new development house. One of the major drawbacks of buying a new house is the cost. Most of the new houses will be way more costly compared to the old houses because of all the finishes they were using, the labor cost, and all the different material things they were using, and the land also cost more nowadays. So those are the things. Another thing is that tax is charged on the new houses, that is HST, that is 13% of the sales price. So there are many rebate programs available, but through which you can get most of the money back, but still it depends on the house and the condition and all the different factors and the location as well. Your financial advisor or your agent would be able to guide you better in this one. The other factor is the development taxes. As most of the development communities or the new development are basically based in the new development area, so you have to pay a development charge to the government for this. Most of the new houses, they have a capped development charge, but you need to check out with your agent and the builder that whether it would be sufficient or not. The other thing is the privacy. Most of the modern houses don't have that much privacy compared to the old houses, because if you see the modern houses, the distance between two homes is not that much compared to what we have seen in the older houses. So that is the factor for some of the people out there. Another point is the fencing. All the new development houses won't come with a fence. I mean, some might come, but not all. And the other thing is that when you are going in a new development area, you won't find that sort of mature trees or tree lined areas, so it feels like a barren land basically when you are going down there. Of course, that being said, it depends on the locality and where you're planning to buy your new house, but what I have seen in my area, it's basically like that. Now let's talk about the resale house. That's the old houses. It could be someone is living down in their house, or it could be a vacant possession. When you are buying a house that's a resale one, you can get a data from the certain demographics in which you are planning to buy. So you can know that what the age population of that neighborhood basically, what's the salary range, income, and all that data which you won't be able to find in a new construction or a new development houses. In this one, it's most likely chances that you will get a better established school and a better transit system in the resale one. In some cases, you might be already familiar with the area or that neighborhood you are planning to buy that house in. So that is a good advantage when you are planning to buy a resale house. The other main advantage is the price point. The price of the resale house will be much more lower compared to the new development. And that being said, it depends on the locality and the area which you are planning to buy. And that could be a huge saving for many people. And that's why most of the people prefer resale houses compared to the new development. The other thing is you will save on taxes and you don't have to pay HST on that one. And the other point is that the only you have to pay is the land transfer tax and all the closing fees when you are closing or taking the possession of the house. Soon I will be making a video about the closing cost of buying a house, and I will link somewhere up here. The other advantage is that you have already looked the house, you can be physically present down there, you can see how the craftsmanship of the house, how the quality of the house, and how it's taken care of. This is something you won't see in the new development. Of course, it will be a newer house, so you don't have to worry about that. But still, in this one, you can physically see that how it looks rather than depending on some 3D render for a new development, basically. It is much easier to visualize yourself living in the present house that is physically present than compared to the new development or a pre-construction project. Though there are very impressive technologies out there like VR, in which you can really assume that how the whole new house will look and you can have a feel about it. Now those are the advantages of the resale house. Now let's talk about the disadvantages. The biggest drawback which I have seen in the old houses is the use of the space and the layout. In most of the older houses you will find a cubby holes and the layout is not properly utilized, and there are much more wasted space compared to the newer houses. Again, that being said, it depends what kind of house you are looking for, but this is in general discussion. Some of the examples would be the layout. Basically, you won't find an open concept layout in the older houses. Then the walk-in closet, it will be too small in the older houses. Then the other thing is the size of the window. If you see the older house, the size of the window is not as huge as compared to the new development. The other thing would be the basement. If you see the basement in some of the old houses, the height of the basement is not that good as compared to the new development, and again the window section as well. The other thing is the mechanical and electrical system of the houses. In most of the cases, it would be old, or unless it's recently replaced or you get a brand new one. In some of the older houses, you may see aluminum wiring or tube and knob wiring, which is not as per the today's standard code, and that's something dated. It's not an up-to-date as per the current industry. The other thing would be an electrical panel. So when you're looking for an older house, look for the electrical panel, whether you can put more amperes in that or not, because most of the older houses use 70 or 100 maximum, and for some of the modern technology, you might need more ampere than the older house. When you're planning to buy older houses, always make sure what's the age of the furnace, shingles, windows, and all that high ticket item space. Not to scare you anything, but before you buy a house, make sure with your realtor and just check the data whether everything is replaced or not. And even if it's not replaced, then at least try to get the age of it, how old the furnace and all that systems is, so you can have a better idea and you can prepare yourself in future for the cost basically you can incur. Now, based on your current market, when you're planning a resale house, you can put down a conditions on the offer based on the home inspection. Of course, in some market, if you put down a home condition right now, what we are seeing, then there are very less or slim chances that you will get that house basically. I'll make another video about all the possible conditions that you can put down in your offer or write down in your offer, so you'll better prepare. If you have any other questions, or if you know any more pros and cons about each development of the sections, that is new development and the resale house, then comment in the section below. If you are a first time home buyer and don't know where to start, then check out this video over here. If you have any general questions about real estate, like how the market is performing, what to look in a house before buying it, then just shoot me an email and I would be happy to help out. I will leave my contact detail in the description below, and happy to